Hi guys and welcome to Drive Spark. I'm Promeet and today what we are driving is the Toyota Taisor. Basically you might have seen this car because this is the rebadged version of the Maruti Suzuki Fronx. But today we are not going to talk about what is different and what has changed from the Maruti Suzuki Fronx. I'll just tell you briefly. So let's quickly start this video and I'll tell you everything you need to know about this car. So let's start off with the things that have changed from the Maruti Suzuki Fronx over here. So at the front you see the grille is different, the DRL is different. When you go to the back you can see that the tail lamp, the housing is the same but the elements inside are slightly different, and obviously it's a corrected tail lamp. So that is the majority difference, and obviously you get a different set of alloy wheels on this, and obviously a Toyota badge everywhere here and there. So that is the major difference. On the inside nothing has changed except the Toyota badging over here. So apart from that, the car remains identical to the Maruti Suzuki Fronx. So now let's focus on this car. So starting off with the front end, you can see you get the LED DRL. It's pretty bright. The lower part of the bumper houses the headlamp unit. So obviously full LED cluster. You have a 360-degree camera. That means there's a camera on the front, two cameras on the ORVMs and one camera at the back, and obviously the clarity is good. It is very precise. The clarity could have been slightly better, but I mean you can do with it. That is nothing. I mean I'll just be nitpicking on the camera if I say that. So now moving on to the side, you can see you get a different design for the alloy wheels. The alloy wheel looks good. You get body cladding. Apart from that, you get body colored ORVMs, and you get roof rails, a shark fin antenna. And if you see on the glass, now these are the UV cut glass, so they are slightly on the greener side, like the greenish. Looks good. Absorbs mostly, like not all but most of the UV glasses, because UV cut glass, hence the name. So apart from that, if you move to the back, you will see that again I mentioned that it gets LED tail lamp, so it gets a connected tail lamp, and that connected tail lamp actually looks good. It's a full connected tail lamp, and you also get a wiper with a washer. You get a small spoiler that makes the car look really nice. Apart from that, if you open the boot, so there you can open the boot via just one place, and that is the request sensor. There is no boot opening over here. Yeah, so after you open the boot, you will see that there is enough place for you to keep luggage for 4 to 5 people. I mean, not fill it up completely, but yeah, 4 people easily, 5 people a little tight squeeze, but you also get a parcel tray. And basically this sums up the exterior. Now if you talk about the pricing of this car, so this remains almost identical as the Maruti Suzuki Fronx. So why should you buy the Toyota Taisor and not the Fronx? Is first of all, there are a couple of reasons. First is the Toyota badging. Second is the service that Toyota offers. Is obviously there is a 1-year additional service that you get along with the Taisor. So a couple of things here and there you should, if you want to consider really. And some people do consider the badge value or the brand value over here. So obviously if they see a Toyota, it means more reliable. So now let's move on to the interior. Interior remains the same. You get the same 9-inch touchscreen infotainment system. You get an MID screen, displays a lot of information about the car. 2 analog, one is the speedometer and one is the tachometer, and again you have the fuel gauge and the temperature gauge, that is again analog. Looks good. You get a heads-up display. Now the heads-up display has like a screen kind of a thing that pops up. Obviously it reflects from down, but it does not reflect on the windscreen like other cars, like other high-end cars. So they have a separate kind of a heads-up display, but I mean it is pretty, you can read it good. It is readable, very crisp. You can adjust it here and there. So yeah, I mean all of those things can be done. Again, you can see that there's a not triple, there is a 4 color finish on the dashboard. Looks good. There is no soft touch material, but it looks everywhere that it is kind of soft touch material, though these are hard plastic, good quality plastics, and these plastics are obviously painted to give the interior a much more aesthetic and a good appeal when you see it. So obviously you can see this brown color finish over here on the dashboard, on the door. Nothing is soft touch except this part of the door where you keep your elbow while you're driving. Rest everything you can see over here is hard plastic, but good quality plastic, I must say. You can see over here, right below the AC vents, you have your climate zone, obviously single zone climate control. It's an automatic climate control. You also get a 12-volt charging socket, 2 cup holders, and this is an automatic gearbox. So obviously you get an automatic shifter. There is a manual also in this. So you have your wireless charging over there, some storage space over here, and armrest that you can adjust. Seats are pretty comfortable. They are kind of bucket seats, hold you in place. Apart from that, steering wheel is good. It's a flat bottom steering wheel. You have paddle shifters over here. You have a manual mode, and you can take full control of the car. 6-speed gearbox. Steering mounted controls remain the same, nothing has changed. Again, you have 3 buttons over here that obviously help you in your voice command and taking and dropping calls from here as well. Apart from that, if you notice, the AC vents are finished in brushed aluminium, gives an overall good aesthetic. There is no sunroof in this, obviously. The rear seat lacks one thing, and that is you get 3 adjustable headrests, but it lacks in an armrest. So I think armrest should have been provided if 2 people are going. Armrest is definitely a good thing. You have rear AC vents, that is a good thing. You also have some place to keep your phone, some storage at the back of the seats. Apart from that, the car is nice. Let's talk about the engine. So this version is powered by the 1-liter turbo petrol engine. So obviously it's a 998cc turbo petrol engine, and this pumps out around 100 PS of power and 148 Nm of peak torque. Now the power and the torque on paper might not sound very good, but if you just floor it, this thing goes. I mean, yeah, definitely. We'll be doing a 0 to 100 on the Toyota Taisor, and please stay tuned to our YouTube shorts or Instagram reels. We'll be posting it on that. We can't post it over here, so we will be posting the 0 to 100 timing over there, and this thing is decent. I mean, it is pretty quick. It is not slow, but it takes some time before the turbo spools in, and after the turbo spools in, you can see now post 3000 RPM is where the power kicks in, and it redlines all the way up to the 6200 or 6300 mark. Apart from that, it also has a mild hybrid system. I mean, there is a battery, there is a motor, you can see it over here. So the battery and the motor, basically the motor will assist you while you're cruising, or while you need some extra amount of power just to assist that. It will not purely drive on the electric motor. Once you are braking, or once you are going a little fast, the battery will charge, the engine will charge the battery, and again the battery will be used for the automatic start stop and giving you a little bit of assistance. So suspension quality is good. Car is pretty stable. You can take high speeds corner as well, and not extremely high speed, but you can go you can literally speed up and take a corner. Apart from that, steering is very, very sharp. Like, shifting lanes is so easy in this that you just flick the steering wheel and the car moves the lane. Very sharp steering wheel. Also, the gear shifts are smooth. They do not lag so much. It's a 6-speed torque converter gearbox, so yeah, it is nice. Overall, power delivery is linear at the start. It's got a good mid-range and a good top, and triple-digit speeds come within no time. And as we said, we will be posting a 0 to 100 timing of this on our Instagram reels and our YouTube shorts, so you can go check that out. Car is pretty good. Apart from that, guys, if we talk about the pricing of this vehicle, so the Toyota Taisor is priced at rupees 7.8 lakh ex-showroom. It starts at that, and it goes all the way up to the 13.5 lakh rupee mark. That's the ex-showroom price. This is the top end variant, so obviously this is the 13.5 lakh rupees. This carries 13.5 lakh rupees, so you get all of this in that price range. And it is a pretty sorted car at the end of the day. If you talk about mileage, the company claims around 20 kilometers to a liter. Right now we are doing city speeds, and we are getting between, there is a lot of traffic on the road, but we are getting somewhere between 14 to 16 kilometers to a liter. That is pretty impressive. If you're cruising at around 80 to 100, I think this will push more than 20 for sure. There is no sport mode, there is no driving modes for this, but this car definitely can pull off very good mileage. So yeah guys, this was the Toyota Taisor, and I hope you like this video. If you have anything to ask about this vehicle, please put down in the comment section. We will get back to you on that. Until then, I'm Promeet signing out. See you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, be safe, and drive safe.